3 years ago, I made a video about Pluto entering Aquarius and tried to give you an idea about what's coming. Now it has come and Pluto has entered Aquarius and will remain there till 2043, 20 years from now. And that's a really long time, right? And maybe short, given how long it takes for Pluto to complete one cycle. That's only one sign in the whole cycle, but still means a lot when we look at what it created in the past, in the history, and what it might create in these coming 20 years. Why it made such big impact? Because both Pluto and Aquarius had for only one direction: destruction, transformation, innovation, and renewal. Pluto in Aquarius is really cool, and I'm sure it will help the society move forward in many areas. But one thing to be avoided is that it can also be associated with totalitarianism, ideological control, suppression, loss of tolerance to different views. These are the shadows that it can come with, actually. Now, I just want to let you know that Aquarius also has this side as its shadow. What I actually want to do in this video is to analyze the previous Pluto in Aquarius periods and find the common impact they created. In this way, we'll be able to pick the tangible results they created over many cycles and find the similarities between what it created, what it generated. We can't study all the cycles, but I think it makes sense to study the last 5 cycles, which seems to me enough to provide consistency. You know, Aquarius is traditionally associated with collective groups, communities, and humanitarian ideals. It governs how societies connect with each other, how different groups connect with each other, share ideas and collaborate. It's about teamwork, right? Teamwork for progress. It follows Capricorn, what Capricorn does in the zodiac. It helps the society move forward to progress, evolution of the society. Its energy fosters innovation and breaks down barriers, breaks down its acts maybe against the existing laws and structure, but only to make it better, you know. It encourages the exchange of knowledge and culture. You know, Aquarius is about sharing the knowledge, sharing the wisdom. So what Pluto's influence in Aquarius can be? Pluto, you know, it intensifies and transforms the qualities of the sign it transits. When Pluto is in Aquarius, it amplifies the collective focus on breaking down the outdated social structures, norms, and it tries to create new laws and structures through the teamwork. This through groups and structures like that. This often results in heightened cultural and social exchanges, you know, the sharing of wisdom, what it brings, what sharing of wisdom between different groups brings, cultural, social exchanges, and they share ideas between them, particularly during times of technological or intellectual revolutions. Pluto, you know, Pluto is also diving deep into the unknown, bringing out to the surface what seems to be unknown, and revealing the truth, getting to the bottom of things. And you know, with Aquarius we expect this wisdom deep down there to be brought up to the surface. So we will have the opportunity to have a better understanding of everything as a society and also personally. You know, for example, Pluto is related with atom physics, so which is deep down there, and that knowledge can be brought to the surface, the unknown. So Pluto is also about power and power struggles, right? Control. Aquarius energy is also similar, actually. It's also has similar nature, and it coincides with increased connectivity among regions, whether through trade, alliances, or conflicts. You know, in the next sign, in Pisces, it's the sign of unification, and we are moving towards unification from Aquarius. Aquarius is the effort to move forward to such unification, and all efforts in Aquarius can be considered in that same box. So these interactions also lead to negotiation of boundaries and redefinition of territories. So we can expect more conflicts around the ownership of land and resources. And how, you know, maybe it can be through war, and we are already witnessing this nowadays. You know, Aquarius is the sign of forward thinking, challenging tradition, emphasizing new ways of thinking, and also which prioritizes equality, individuality, and intellectual progress. So Pluto in Aquarius can be linked with transforming ideals, the ideology, developing new ways of thinking, creating that has the potential to create ideological shifts. Pluto is also about credit and debt, and Aquarius can be linked with the banking system, the institutions of government, for example. So actually, so this common area is not to be missed, which I think points to a transformative period in monetary system and banking, and maybe digital money. You know, from health perspective, let's not miss the health perspective. Pluto in Aquarius can be linked with circulatory and vascular issues, genetic and inherited conditions, mental health disorders, nervous system overstimulation, chronic, hidden, because of Pluto, and recurrent conditions. Diseases caused by disruption of body electrics, Aquarius. Since Pluto is also related with surgery, we can expect many advances in surgery in the areas represented by Aquarius. For example, maybe brain surgery, or it can mean revolutionary surgery techniques, replacements of body parts. Technology used, maybe we can expect the technology to be used more efficiently in surgeries, more actively. Now let's start breaking down the Pluto in Aquarius periods, aiming at finding the common influences. I'll try not to be boring. It created what it created in the past cycles. So from that we find the type of tangible influence it might create in this new cycle in the coming 20 years. For example, 1778, 1798, American and French revolutions, a period defined by significant challenge to monarchies and the divine role, revolutionary movements. 1532, 1553, Protestant Reformation and the rise of Ottoman Empire. You know, Ottoman Empire was also represented a challenge to Christian dominance, and also Martin Luther King was also a direct challenge to the Catholic Church. And next, 1286, 1308, Mongol invasion and religious reform. The Mongol invasions disrupted existing political orders and in Asia and Europe, and also rise of the Islamic world. Islamic political power also challenged Christian authority. 1041, 1063, rise of the Seljuks and Byzantine decline. The expansion of the Seljuk Turks into Anatolia. You know, they moved from Asia to Anatolia, and this signaled the end of the Byzantine Empire, shift in religious and political power. 796, 818, Abbasid Caliphate and the Carolingian Empire. The Abbasid Caliphate's intellectual and political dominance in the Middle East, combined with the rise of Charlemagne in the West, symbolize a significant realignment of power between Islamic and Christian forces. So the similarity we find between these events, this looks like revolutionary shifts and power struggles, revolutionary territorial shifts, and also revolutionary movements challenging the existing structures, monarchies, and also which created, as I said, a shift in territorial ownership, right? So let's go to the next similarity. 1778, 1798, the Enlightenment brought new intellectual movements that questioned traditional authority. That the revolution spread across Europe and eventually influenced global shift in governance. 1532 to 1553, the rise of the Ottoman Empire. Yeah, that's a big one, with a period of intellectual and artistic flourishing, particularly in the fields of architecture, literature, and mathematics. While Islamic Europe was still struggling between the church and the people. The Islamic world was rising, right? They were like contributing heavily to science, mathematics, medicine, and philosophy. 1286 to 1308, the Mongols facilitated the exchange of knowledge and culture between East and West. Mongol invasion, it's caused actually the groups, the different people share knowledge between themselves, and it helped to spread mathematics, the knowledge, the wisdom of in mathematics, astronomy. This helped this wisdom to come to Europe, right? Additionally, the Seljuks promoted the translation of Greek philosophical texts into Arabic. Also, they took the knowledge from the Greek to the Middle East, and eventually contributing to the later European Renaissance. 1041, 1063, this period saw significant intellectual developments in the Islamic world. You know, Islamic world before was really good at everything, good at astronomy, mathematics, and philosophy. 796, 818, the Abbasid Caliphate, also same as the previous one. Baghdad, Middle East becoming the world's intellectual center. These similarities I just mentioned, they all look like technological, cultural, and intellectual advances, right? So another type of similarity we discovered. So let's go to the next type of similarity. 796 to 818. The geopolitical landscape was defined by the consolidation of Abbasid Caliphate's power, while the Carolingian Empire in the west sought to unite Europe under a single ruler. These shifting power dynamics reshaped borders, especially between the Islamic and Christian worlds. 1041 to 1063. The Seljuk Turks' rise to power and the Battle of Malazgirt marked a turning point in the geopolitics of Middle East. Seljuk Turks actually challenged the Byzantine Empire. 1286 to 1308, the Mongol Empire expanded rapidly across Asia and into Eastern Europe, creating the largest empire in the world in the history. The Seljuk Turks also expanded their territory in Anatolia, which would later serve as the foundation for the Ottoman Empire. 1532-1553, the Ottoman Empire expanded its territory significantly during this period, dominating much of southeastern Europe, impacting both Christian and Muslim worlds. 1778 to 1798, which is one of the most important events in this one. The French Revolution led to the spread of revolutionary ideals, and Napoleon's rise to power marked a significant reshaping of European borders. The American Revolution similarly set a precedent for the rise of democratic republics, leading to territorial shifts in the Americas and Europe. This type of similarity, it looks like it can be called geopolitical transformations and territorial shifts. Let's go to the next one. 796, 818, the Abbasid Caliphate represented the peak of Islamic intellectual and religious authority. And then I'm gonna do this short. I'm gonna make it short. You know, the French and American revolutions were deeply intertwined with ideological shifts that questioned traditional religious authority, the Enlightenment, the Protestant Reformation, Protestantism, dominance to Islamic world, challenging Byzantine dominance to Islamic rule. Additionally, this period saw these ones all look like religious and ideological shifts, challenging the existing ideological and religious. 796, 818, golden age of Islamic finance. The Abbasid Caliphate developed sophisticated financial institutions, including early forms of credit, lending, and banking. These innovations were essential for funding large-scale trade and cultural exchange. Western Europe's adaptation, Carolingian Empire, influenced by Islamic advancements, began experimenting with early monetary systems, setting the stage for medieval banking practices. 1041, 1063, Seljuk Turks and Byzantine decline, shifts in economic centers. Interest-free credit systems aligned with religious principles. Mongol facilitation of credit systems, Islamic banking innovations, expansion of Ottoman trade networks. The Ottoman Empire's control over key trade routes influenced the flow of goods and credits across Europe. This period also saw the rise of early banking practices in Europe as merchants required new systems of finance to finance trade. Emergence of European banking families. Prominent families like the Fuggers, I don't know how to pronounce this, in Germany and the Medicis in Italy dominated finance, laying the groundwork for modern credit systems. American and French revolutions, rise of modern banking systems. The revolutionary period saw the foundation of national banks, including the creation of the first bank of the United States. Economic upheaval in France. The French Revolution introduced paper money backed by confiscated church lands. This experiment in financial innovation led to inflation and a crisis, exposing the need for more robust economic frameworks. So all these look like historical connections between Pluto in Aquarius and financial shifts in monetary system and credit and finances. So these global patterns show how Pluto's transit through Aquarius consistently coincides with moments of radical change where the world experiences challenges to authority, new ideas, and shifting power structures and shifting territorial ownership. What key similarities emerge globally? Let's resume the key similarities that emerged globally. Revolutionary movements and challenge to authority, political, religious, intellectual, and these periods consistently involve challenges to established power structures with revolutionary movements or ideological shifts reshaping the social order. Second, technological and intellectual advancements. Each period saw significant intellectual and technical progress that affected the course of history, whether through scientific advancements, philosophical shifts, ideological shifts, or cultural flourishing. Third, geopolitical shifts and the rise of new powers. These periods marked the rise of new empires and the fall of old ones, often redrawing borders and reconfiguring global power dynamics. Fourth, religious and ideological transformations. Every period was accompanied by religious and ideological upheaval, from the Protestant Reformation to the spread of Islamic intellectualism, signaling shifts in worldview and belief systems. Cultural exchange. The movement of goods, ideas, and people across regions facilitated significant cultural and social exchanges that influenced the arts, sciences, and societal norms. You know, some people are also saying that things are not going that way. Maybe instead of globalization, deglobalization is happening. But who knows? But Pluto in Aquarius tells otherwise. Actually, it's more toward unification, more toward exchanges. Sixth, financial shifts and developments in credit and banking. You know, actually these are the sixth main similarities I come across between the different cycles, the different past cycles of Pluto. And you can take this further, you know, you can add more similarities based on the nature, based on Pluto Aquarius nature. So Pluto Aquarius in Aquarius, as I mentioned in my previous videos, will also be interacting with Neptune and Uranus, and it's not alone. It's not standing there alone doing something. It's interacting, and as I said, it will create the interaction with Neptune, Uranus, and other planets is expected to create irreversible changes, and it can be expected to make this transformation stronger, make add to the power of this transformation. It can be in a scale maybe that never happened. So Uranus will be in Gemini, the sign of movements and thinking, and Neptune will be in Aries, the sign of war and pioneering, you know, starting something, and these are all going to form a triangle between each other, in a mix of air and fire, you know, ideas and inspiration. So ideas are gonna be abundant, and transfer of ideas and information, knowledge to faraway places. So this is gonna accelerate the progress. As I said, these are covered in my video about this triangle, and I don't want to get into much detail and make this video longer and boring. Maybe it was enough boring with the with too much information, but these were necessary, and finding the similarities between different cycles was necessary. Pluto in Aquarius is a strong influence itself alone, and you hope you have an idea about the energies to dominate in the coming years now. Thanks for watching.